this, because I've seen you make these comments before.
Yeah.
And the latest example is obviously OD and Black going back and forth at each other. But it's not only rap beef, because like there's also just beef in general. Tweets flying back and forth, different artists. It's not always in the rap space. Like, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are.
So with OD and Black Bones, it was a very interesting one for me, because those are two members of my family. So I've known Black Bones forever, since he was struggling. I've interviewed Black Bones at every stage of his life. When we were in a shared apartment, when he was in a shared apartment, and he was eating granuts during an interview. I still have that image in my head. And then at some point, I interviewed him in a second home with like 3 cars outside.
Crazy.
The same person.
Crazy.
And so we have that relationship. On the other hand, Odumodu Black is my brother, and I don't use that word lightly. Like, brother, look at that. That's him on my wall. Yeah, so he's my brother. It's part of my family.
Yeah.
My family. And so having to see these two people pit themselves against each other, I became Switzerland, stayed neutral. But more than ever, even beyond the players, for music especially, I am very pacifist, absolute pacifism. So beef does not help the game. I think it diminishes us. I think beef has fragmented music to the point where we now have stan wars.
Yeah.
Yo,
I got caught in some stan crossfire one time.
It's horrible.
I've never. My phone was hot.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's the purgatory of music consumption. That's how I see it.
You says the what?
The purgatory.
See.
It's the purgatory of music consumption, because now you're fighting with the arts. You're weaponizing it. You're struggling to like climb into a heaven of some sort, or go down into a hell. So I don't value it. So I'd rather we continue to collaborate. I want Black Bones and Odumodu Black to collaborate a lot more. I love their collaborations. So I want to see that. And I'd rather, as a consumer even, have that than have mean tweets.
I think that's the thing about it. Yeah, I agree with you on beef. I don't think it... I don't really participate a lot of times whenever these sort of things come up, or even give a comment. I think, the thing about it first and foremost is that sometimes there are real emotions behind it.
Yes.
Genuine.
And I understand that. Then if someone offends you, as a person, go and break his head.
So violence over beef?
No. It's symbolic for go deal with your bullshit.
Okay.
If someone comes into this house, takes a shit in my parlor, even if he's an artist or a fellow journalist, I'm not going to do a press release. I'll break his head and chase him out. I'm not going to do a press release and we'll begin to compare. And then, or even if the other guy initiates it, and then I begin to compare writing styles. Bro, you took a dump in my house. And
that's so wild that taking the dump, but yes, that's a police matter, straight up.
Yeah, but you took a dump in my palace, so I'm breaking your head. Not because you're a journalist. You took a dump.
Yeah.
And I'll do it to any other person. So
in other words, handle it privately.
But even though Odumodu Black in that situation has always insisted that this is not music.
This is real stuff.
Real life.
Yeah.
That's that's been spilled into music, but it's real life.
Yeah.
So deal with your things as men, deal with your stuff as men, but don't weaponize the arts. That's what gets to me.
I think because there have been instances where there have been great records that have come through beef. I've seen that maybe that is the only limited value.
Not in this market.
No, I mean, well, I think ACL in terms of like the push for Black's level of like lyricism, but at the end of the day, and I think it's one of his top records off the album. So I mean, in sheer like
it's the top record of the album.
It's top record. So my point is that that's valuable to him and his team, right? And valuable to the fan base to a certain extent. But like obviously at the end of the day, it's still subjective.
Second order effects.
What did you say?
When you think of the second order effects of that.
So that's the thing. So to me, it's like the value that it brings is never really worth it in the long run. Beef is a spark moment, brings attention to the artist, limited attention and doesn't necessarily like spill over to like other projects and
I
things
also
like
think
that.
it's fake attention because you're attracting generally, not even black dons are cool, but general beef. You see the pathological personalities it attracts.
Yo, pathological personalities, they Twitter like X, like
so,
fully, bro.
So you attract the fans
for
of
sure.
drama.
For sure.
The fans,
and they're not the core.
They're not
may
music.
Not be,
they won't
and
listen to your music.
Like I'm a core Kendrick fan. I'm a core Drake fan. I have their beef was there's some records I'll go over and kind of enjoy for whatever reason, maybe a line or bar or two that I really liked. But ultimately, moving on, because I'm still a Kendrick fan, I'm still a Drake fan, and there was no all of a sudden now, because of this, I don't mess with this artist or this artist. So I think it's temporary, especially for the core fans and the people that are probably moving the industry and stuff. So it's temporary. And that's usually why I don't get involved. Plus, I don't think there's a way to win.
Yeah,
really. I don't think there's a real way to actually
and even if you win in a sense,
if you win lyrically,
at what cost?
See, you can't just, so to me, it's, I watched it though, and I could see that this was driven by some real emotions. So this one was a bit different to me, and I feel like they probably had their reasons, and I have my own relationship with each of them, and so just watching it play out to the point where at least may nobody injure, let nobody's freedom be affected, because this seems like a real situation. But in general, when I think of beef, generally a waste of time and doesn't add to my royalties.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean? Generally, sure. And all this, like, there's a lot of people that will come out and use beef as a strategy to promote music. That's another way, but I mean, like, it's never really been
not my
tactic.
Yeah, and even sometimes when people make that request of me to beef them, and I'm like,
the people have hit you up to beef them
a lot. People hit you up and they're like, beef me.
Are you beefing Santi for real? Are you guys beefing?
I'm not beefing Santi. I'm
Santi.
beefing the significance of a movement that he was a part of.
Okay.